Lesson 15. Are you an introvert? This isn't a sickness, it's just you. Fact is, many of us are introverts. Even though when you see us, we're the center of attention, or maybe the brightest light in the room, or the athlete you see in the bright lights. This ability, for many, is a developed habit which we can switch on when the need arises. And when the need stops, we switch off and retreat back into our own world. Then life back in the inner world resumes. As an introvert, there's a few things that are normal for us, but you may think that they're not. For example, you are incredibly self-aware because your imagination knows no bounds. You spend a lot of time within your inner world and your self-awareness. You actually have an advantage of being self-aware of your inner dialogue. The words you speak to yourself, both the positive and the limiting beliefs that could be holding you back in some way, shape, or form. Find your peace and know that right now, in this moment and every moment, you belong. I'm going to get a little woo-woo with you right now. Bear with me. By telling yourself who you can be and cannot be, you are shaping your own reality. And in order to gain a true sense of belonging, you need to accept yourself as you are and not wait for others to accept you. It must start with you. Does that make sense? You must speak true to you, love you, accept you. Your inner voice needs to be loving and accepting, and that starts with you. One of the things you'll hear quite often in the personal development circle is to create the vision of your best self in the next 10, 20, or 30 years. For years, I had some challenges with this concept because I just couldn't get my head around it. But then I heard it another way, and the light bulb went on. Hopefully, this resonates with you too. Here's what the speaker said, and I can't remember where I heard this, which saddens me. He presented what would be a typical example of a conversation on the stage with an audience member. He walked up to this person on the stage and said, "Hi, my name is so-and-so, and this is what I'm going to achieve in the next 10 years. And then the person from the audience replied, on cue, with this, "That's awesome, but I think you're full of crap." Yes, the audience laughed out loud. And then the presenter turned the situation around and said this piece of magic. Now, imagine that you're speaking to that same person next to you, but now you're explaining your past 10 years of achievements. Do you think they'll take this as the truth or pull the "I think you're full of crap" card on you? It's taken as truth, right? So, the lesson is this. Dream it backwards from that date, 10 years from now. Simply imagine that it is exactly this date in 10 years from now, and you're telling someone what you've achieved in the past 10 years. It's also referred to as reverse engineering. Start at the end and work backwards. There's no rules, no boundaries, it's just you, standing in front of someone explaining all the things you've accomplished. For me, I'll say that one of the things I've done is I've written a course called I Feel Like I Don't Belong, because I saw the need and have deeply experienced the need for a course like this. I wasn't technically qualified, don't do this professionally, and nor do I want to make this my profession. But I can write this from a perspective of not fitting in, to the point of seriously considering the act of suicide as a 17-year-old on May the 22nd, 1982. I experienced a childhood of being bullied at school, definitely not fitting into the school groups, and found comfort for myself while shooting a basketball alone for hours on the end of my driveway. And the main reason for writing this course is this. I don't need anyone's permission. If this course helps just one person to not go through what I've been through, then the hours of deep thought, the tears, the typing, and careful creation of each lesson has been worth every single minute. So, let's play pretend. Today is the date 10 years from now, and we're meeting up again. You and I are shaking hands at a function, and I ask you the question. Tell me, what's happened for you in the past 10 years? The fact that you might be an introvert is completely okay. Go out and conquer the world, my quiet friend. You've got this. Your Goya action step for today is, please start a new journal entry with the title, My Past 10 Years from the Future. Let the dreaming and goosebumps begin.